We'll go again. Nothing happened, okay? Nothing happened. At all. So yeah, we get a freebie. Hold your E. Right, so like I said, whenever you're looking to play Twitch, unless you're into the things like Jinx or Zeri, you're always looking to kind of scale as much as possible. This was actually good that we managed to return this trade, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because this rel kind of grief. Now, one of the things that you want to be doing as well when you're playing AD, especially when you're playing someone like Twitch, is you have to evaluate how good your support is through the laning phase, because that's going to determine how you play it out. So rel going for
Yeah.
engages like that is you are meant to go for an engage like that, but when you do it, you're meant to go on the Ashe. Because she's a mobile and you're meant to like actually land it, and if you do from the bush,
Yeah.
then you can do a lot. Here though, like one of the things, don't walk up to this too much. Like, so one of the things that we're doing here is they're about to hit level 2, and we're stood like way closer to the minions than we need to. So what you want to do is again go into settings and make it so that your A click shows your attack range. And then what you want to do
All
is you
right.
want to learn that attack range, and you just want to bounce in and out. So you'd walk to say here, and then as soon as it drops low, you walk to this point, you auto, you walk away. You walk in, you auto, you walk away. By doing that, you keep your maximum attack range, but you also don't. You're not vulnerable for the level 2 engage that they're gonna get first, because this wave is pulling in. Like they have so many casters that this wave will come into you and you can farm it safely back here. So they kind of messed up a little bit, but we kind of played into it. So like here, see, like this wave, there's no way that minion is ever gonna die in that situation,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So because it's not gonna die, we just step back and we don't take any poke and we just preserve our HP. Especially considering we're into double poke lane and this rel really isn't playing too well. So we're looking to play the long con. We're looking to play late game, which obviously happened here. Here as well, don't really worry about throwing your W out. Like you don't really need to. Here again, that auto again, no real reason to do it. And then throwing W, you know, it's not really gonna do that much. And if anything, it's gonna potentially damage the wave when it comes to tower.
All right. Yeah.
But overall, so we get this. This is fine. And see, now we can farm safely closer to our tower, and it's no big deal.
Yep.
So W is probably not too needed there, but it's not the end of the world either. It's not the worst W, but probably didn't need to use it. But actually, it did trim the wave, so no, I'm wrong. It was okay. It was a good W, I think. But the problem is with a W like that is now you can't really farm those minions as easy, right? Because they've already been chipped away by the W, so you can't really
Yeah. I
fire.
get none of these.
Yeah, like under tower, like if you W there and you manage to keep the wave there, it's okay. But because you didn't, and because of your HP, I take it back. I was right in the first place. Why did I doubt myself? Obviously tower is 2, and then 1 auto for melee. Obviously caster is 1. 1 tower and then 1 auto, and then cannon is how many do you think? Do you know?
No. No.
Cannon is 7 and then 1.
Yeah. There's no way I'm counting that, but yeah.
Oh yeah, so I probably get to the hang of actually counting that because it's really helpful, especially considering what will happen is when a wave actually crashes into your tower, you'll get
Yeah.
the 3 melees which will come, and then you'll get the cannon here. But if the
All
can
right. First melee, then the cannon.
no, the
It
melees
focuses.
will come to the tower, but the
Yeah.
tower will always focus the cannon first. So what will happen is the melees will come in. It'll focus the first melee if there's nothing else for it to hit, and then what will
Then the
happen
cannon.
is and then instantly the cannon because it takes priority. So what ends up happening then is these 2 melees are tanking your casters, so you're okay there, and then you just count 7 on the cannon and then last hit it. That easy. If you do that every single time and just remember that, you'll get every single cannon under tower. And farming under tower is really, really important. It's also
Yeah.
good
It's
for
like
the.
an art.
Yeah, it's very good. You'll see the best players in the world will know exactly what they need to do. You can also layer the minions. So, say for example, if a melee is here, what you can do is you can auto it to say here, and then what will happen is the tower will hit to here, and then we can last hit. So like 1 auto into this melee, for example, helps the fact that it's been damaged, you know? So
Yeah.
learning those ranges are really, really important, and it's something to definitely focus on. But knowing those, the 2-1, 1-1-1, and then 7-1 is just really helpful to know in general. So here, to be honest, we're too low for any kind of gank. But we want to ping her to back away instantly, because right here, we're safe. And also, they know that Nocturne is there, so it's warded, right? So we're safe to keep farming here on this HP. So we can keep going and get more gold under our belt and potentially get to that 1100 for... sorry, not... Get to that 900 for Vampiric. So yeah, we'll be really, really good.
Yeah, 550. Because I have like a long
Oh,
sword.
yeah, actually, yeah, you've got longsword. But we can get more out of it. So it's a bit greed, but we can continue to stay. Because the problem is we need as much damage right now, because Ezreal's going to reset and get a Sheen, which is really, really powerful on him. It gives him a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So here as well, we still kind of just want to last hit these minions, because we want this wave to stack up as much as possible, so that if they try and fight us inside the wave without trimming it, we can kill them potentially.
Yeah.
Again, just be careful with your camera. I know we mentioned this when you were in the game, but you're playing against an Ashe and a Ezreal, so it's like super long range. That was unfortunate that she did that. Now, the concept that I was talking about here is the kind of the one that I've spoken about before. It's the kind of combat triangle. So, have I mentioned this with you? Past?
Oh, no, no.
So, so this is a combat triangle. What do you think these stand for?
No idea,
Okay,
honestly.
so this is poke. So these are poke champs. So Ezreal, Ashe, stuff like that. So they, on a fundamental level. Now this doesn't apply to every single champion, but it's a good rule to go by. So poke will
All
usually
right.
be all in, because what happens is you poke away their HP, and then if they try and all in and they don't have as much HP, you can then just kill them. All in will be sustain, because sustain is so this is all in. Sustain beats. Sorry, all in beats sustain, because sustain is based very much around abilities and healing up. You see things like the Soraka, the Nami, they rely on those cooldowns to heal consistently. So
Yeah.
if you all in them before they get a chance to use multiple rotations of those abilities, they're gonna die. So that's really good, especially like if you're against Soraka. Like if you don't all in them and kill them, then they're just gonna heal up fully. So you end up losing like that. And then sustain will usually beat poke. Now the reason behind this is because poke also relies on mana, and sustain. Poke relies on throwing damage down and having that damage stick over and over and over until they're low enough that they can kind of all in, sort of, but it's still a poke champion. So what ends up happening is if you keep sustaining that poke damage, especially when the support items give so much mana regen, even the normal support item gives so much mana back, it's unreal. You end up in this situation where the poke champion will no longer have any mana left to use. So without mana, they're useless, and you'll either end up locking them in the lane where they can't leave the lane whatsoever, or you'll end up forcing them to reset. If you do that, then you end up in a position where you can crash waves, you get a good reset, you end up with more gold, and you get to determine the tempo of the lane. So this applies to champions in general, but it can also help you with your builds too. So if you're into heavy poke, then you can go, okay, well, sustain will somewhat beat poke, so I can build like a vampiric first, and that'll mean that their poke damage doesn't stay as easy, right? It doesn't stick to me as easy.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're into a sustain champ, you just need raw damage so that you can, all in them, and you just play like an all in to end up beating it. So like with Twitch would be really good, because Twitch can play very easily as an all in champion. So he's actually very good into sustain. So yeah, so generally you just want to kind of follow this, because it helps massively to just kind of determine what you need to build and how you need to really play the lane.
All right, for sure.
So this vampiric is gonna give you so much value. This was very unfortunate. So,
Yeah.
so here we could have just altered her more. So here we're fine. We're fine. So see, we're in range. So just keep autoing. She has all of this distance to run. You don't want to use E until they're like here outside your ring, right? Because here you can keep autoing, and I don't even think you need E to kill her. But E is like the last straw. So here, because we didn't, and see, we just use E straight away, and now we can't kill her because we didn't use those autos.
I don't know where she got the XP from.
The chicken camp.
Oh my god.
She W'd over and got a chicken.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, a little bit, but she was still killable.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, E is kind of like the last case scenario. That's what you want to use either when you're fully stacked, or when they're just about to go out of range in general.
Okay.
So here again, so see, you tell me what the mistake is here.
All right.
It's already started. What do you think the mistake is? Based on what we already discussed.
Hmm. I mean, should I have like W the wave?
No, you're thinking one way, opposite way entirely.
Okay.
Are you going to
Hmm.
be able to hold this wave?
Yeah, no.
No, not a chance. It's way too big. So what should you have done instead? Considering it's going to crash to the tower.
Oh, just not hit it
Yeah,
and just farm under
yeah,
turret.
not hit it whatsoever. Like, there was no need to. We're just wasting mana for no real reason. Again, like, and look at these minions that we're losing. Like, we get quite a few of them, sure. But we also get them because Rel actually helps.
Yeah.
Most supports, they're not going to do that. Like,
Yeah.
I'd say it's very rare that supports will actually do that consistently. So, we don't really want to bother with that. We just want to wait till they're in tower and then just last hits. As easy as that. And then here, another thing. So, they've
Okay.
crashed this wave. What we want to do now is, because of how this wave situates, we don't want to hit these now. We want to last hit. Because the power of the slow push is so important. So right here, we want to get as many waves stacked up, so then we have prio to go and do whatever we want around the map. Because if we get a big wave and we get it under tower, we can potentially get a plate, or then we can roam off to other places and do whatever we really want. Whereas here, we're just pushing a single wave in, which there's no real point. It's not really going to do all that much, especially
All right.
considering they're going to catch it. Yeah, they kind of griefed their pathing, but again, see, they caught it. So here, now we're in an unfavorable position. Although I don't know how she missed that. I do not know. But yeah, so just thinking about not where your wave currently is, but where do you want it or what do you want to do with it. Slow pushes are always the kind of the safe option because you have so much power around a slow push and you can do so many different things in the game with the power of a slow push.
Okay.
So yeah, and again, just go with bulk. It gives you so much damage, and like boots aren't really gonna help you here because Ezreal can get away easy, and like unless you go swiftness boots, which you don't want on Twitch, then they're not really gonna do that much against Ashe either because her W is like 1400 range or something like that anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's no way you can really do anything. So boots don't help. It's better that you just do damage when you are close to them. So just rushing bulk is the better choice. Obviously, Rel's not here, so you can't really go in. So again, we're just looking to wait and then clear the wave as soon as it comes in. So there we go. And see how it focused the cannon, but see how
Yeah.
we used our W. So now we have to use mana to clear this. Where, if you don't need to use mana, you may as well not. Because if you run out of mana, then again, things are going to be very rough. Especially when your W revolves around doing damage. Now, why do you think you had to hard crash this wave?
I mean, Rel just kind of pushed it, you know?
Yeah, that too. But the reason we told you to hard push this wave is because it's only here, which this is like the center. So
Yeah.
the you're not really gonna get a valid slow push from it. Like it's not
So it
gonna
has
happen.
to be more behind.
Yeah. The further
Okay.
back, the better.
Okay. So
Because the
so
more you
I
stack it.
just if it's like further back, I just stack the waves and then crash it,
Yeah. Because then
then
you
get a
can
reset.
poke, or you can. So this is the triple R rule.
Okay.
So three R's, three things that you can do when the wave is crashed. So one of them you already said was reset. So that's one.
Then it's Rome.
Roam, yeah.
And the third one, no idea.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the
It's kind of like roaming. Okay.
No, a roam would be if we roamed in to get a dragon, we roamed in to get vision, invade their
Oh, if my
jungle.
like team is there, I'll be rotating. Okay,
So,
that's
so
okay.
no, rotate is if, say, for example, we crash a
Mm.
wave, and say we're playing against a Vayne Lulu, we're never gonna win
Okay.
that 2v2 at level 6. So, say we're about to get level 6, what we can do is instead of facing such a strong 2v2, we can rotate and go top lane instead.
Oh,
So we
okay.
can
Okay.
rotate to top lane and then do things up there instead.
All right.
So a roam
All
is
right.
when you're gonna leave, but you're gonna come back to your lane. A rotate is when you're gonna leave and not come back. You're gonna go to a different lane.
All right.
Which again, you won't encounter that as much in low elos, because top laners won't want to swap out their lane. But it's also relevant for, say, for example, going things like Herald, stuff like that. So
Okay.
here, like, we kind of griefed a little bit because we've tried to push the tower when there's no real point, instead of just going to the dragon. Because we could have 2v2 the dragon there. But also, we get the kill on the Ashe. We had to use flash because
We were slow to
we
yeah.
were slow. But yeah, Zed is going to come and clear that wave. This is the concept I was telling you about. If you go and push that wave in, Zed is going to lose farm. There's going to be farm lost in bot lane. And then, okay, sure, you're going to crash a wave into mid lane, but you're going to punish the mid laner there, not your lane. So you want to play
Yeah.
for your lane as much as possible, punish them, and get that wave crashed into that tower.
Okay.
Because now he's going to lose that wave. Which isn't a big wave, but, you know, it's something. But we are on a cannon. So this is why I told you, you know, just go and push it. We're on a cannon, and, you know, it's fine to just get this pushed. Like, we have Q to get out. So, like, this is the thing with Twitch. You can overextend easier than most champions because you have your Q to just get out and do things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, the amount of times Twitch is... And also, it's a huge power spike. So, knowing exactly how much gold you need is really, really important. So what you want to do is before you leave the base, you want to determine, okay, how much gold do I need for my next item? So the next item is obviously Zerka Greaves, so we need 1100 gold. Like
Just
if
think ahead.
yeah, exactly. So this was okay, but again, don't be afraid of opening with your ult.
Maybe auto W then ult.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I should have just ulted
Yeah,
for
because you get
the
so much attack AD from it. Like you get so
yeah.
much AD.
She could have just ran,
Yeah.
honestly.
Like you get 40 AD at level 1 on the ultimate.
It was buffed. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's very good. It gives you so much. So again, here we can just crash this. This is fine. But yeah, so what we're doing is we're looking to just rotate to farm whenever we can. So we're always just looking for that farm.
Rel holds the way for me. That's
Yeah,
really
which
good.
is really good actually. So here, since a fight might start, it's okay to just get it cleared quick. I mean, a fight did
But this was kind of rough as well.
What did he kill him with? Oh, did he just flash in range for his ult to continue going through?
Maybe a pillar? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like he...
I should have just ulted
Yeah,
there.
so here again, just ult
Big
and just
stack.
open up. Because again, the Ashe
Are they...
ult is down, so you just ult and you just do damage and you just hit them all, basically.
Yeah, I should have just gone for the Lee Sin, I guess.
Yeah.
I still get her. Okay.
Because we could have got 2, maybe 3 kills here.
Yeah, okay.
But I guess it's our boots at least, so it isn't a terrible back. But yeah, here. This Ezreal is...
I thought I got it.
Yeah, I thought you did as well, to be fair. But this is fine. Again, though, just clear your minions.
I thought like on the off chance she just like extends and I can just ult them.
Like your minions are always the most important. Because that's your
Alright.
ultimate. This, I can't believe he lost this, but... Weird. The exhaust was clutch, to be fair.
Then she just goes back in.
Twitch is just always good.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Because you
It's
can
perfect.
W to slow them to get in range to exhaust and then just ult them until they're dead.
Yeah.
It's very nice. So here as well, it's a kind of these are the kind of waves that it's okay for you to W and clear because you've already got so much gold.
Yeah.
Like, so we can use our mana up, burn it away, and then reset. It's no big deal. But yeah.
Oh, my support was building some fire.
Oh yeah, that's really bad. Like, it's so
I think
unexpected.
she was auto-filled, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But then even so, like, Locket is so good on Rel.
I've seen it multiple times on the server. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But yeah, so here again, we're just maximizing our gold. So this, then Krugs, then the lane again.
Yeah.
So you're just looking to get these side lane camps whenever you can easily, and just pop them. So here, this
It's good
was
for the team as well, right?
yeah, exactly, because it'll respawn and it'll be a higher level. So if Nocturne then takes it, he gets more XP. So here, what you want to do is just use your blue trinket on the tri-bush, and then you can walk up safely.
Yeah, okay.
And then you just clear them away. Because otherwise, you end up on a really, really rough back. Because, like, instead of backing for a pickaxe, we're backing for a cloak.
Yeah, cloak is really bad.
Yeah, which is knowing it. Whereas if we would have walked up and just got one more wave, we would have been able to. So that's why you get Farsight, just so that you can ward from a distance and they're not going to get caught. So yeah, so we'll speed this up slightly because it's just basically farming simulator.
Yeah.
Again, Nocturne is top. We may as well get this Gromp. Zeri is hunting you, but it doesn't really matter. So here, just an easy kill. So here again, what do you think the first problem is?
Camera?
Well, huh?
The camera?
A little bit, but there's another big one that we just spoke about.
Big one.
Yeah.
Hmm. Let me see. Oh, the ult. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So there, just ult straight away. As soon
Okay.
as you walk up to the Zeri, just ult her.
I even have ultimate hunter. I don't know why I'm like hitting
Yeah,
these
yeah,
ults.
yeah. Yeah, so don't worry. It's better for you to use it and then be like, okay, well, maybe that wasn't the best, than to let something get away and be like, oh, if I ulted, I got that kill. So, like, you can play around the cooldown of your ult, like, quite easily.
Yeah.
Like, especially, again, we have Ultimate Hunter. Like, it's on, like, a 50-second cooldown. And again, we're just looking for minions. And here, it's like, okay, we have lifesteal. We're not needed for the dragon, so there's no point going to it. We just want to get this pushed and see if we can crash these waves into that tier 2. Now, we can't push the tier 2. We can't really get it. We're not safe enough to get it. But we can make sure that the wave is 100% going to crash. So right here, we can see that there is one more wave spawned in the lane here, which means they have one more wave here. So
Morning as
we
well.
know that we're going to meet it about here. We clear it away, and then we crash into the tower because there's no more minions coming. So use your
Alright.
wave to determine how, if a wave is going to crash or not. You know. So see, we meet it there, and then that wave is 100% going to crash, and this one is going to as well. Which this is a cannon too. So the fact that nobody's going to come to this side lane and clear it, well, Trundle does, but
But he's
that's fine.
late, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
They
because
lost.
it takes him so long to clear it as well. Like, if they've got things like a Victor and stuff too, most of the times they have no idea how to play side lanes, even though they're playing a side lane champion. But yeah, so when you're doing Baron as well, kite up to where you want to go to next. So yeah, that just
Okay.
whiffed entirely. But you can see there's waves top lane and there's tier 1 to go top. So what we want to do is we want to start kiting upwards early. And then once they can 100% get it, so like here we can just leave. Just E and leave. It doesn't matter if it's not killed yet. That doesn't really matter for you. As long as the enemy team aren't like jumping on it, then you're completely fine.
Honestly, if you didn't say anything, I would have probably just based for the Trundle.
Yeah, but it's like, well, like we're not really gonna get that much, and we want to prioritize getting gold into us. Like we are always the biggest priority. Now,
Oh,
another thing here as well is obviously when it comes to your build, they're not really too tanky. Like obviously Lee Sin has got Death Stance, and Trundle does have Hullbreaker, but at this point in the game, like we don't have any wave clear besides. Well, we don't really have any reliable wave clear, so getting Runins is going to allow us to push waves in easier and do a lot more. And then again, we just go and get this camp, clear it away, and we end up very, very strong.
yep.
So here, so this was fine, the way we approached this. There was a point on bot lane, I can't remember if it's been already actually, where we kind of griefed our pathing. I don't think
It's later. Yeah, it's later.
But again, we've rotated to the fight, nothing's happened, so we just go for the farm, and oh, Drondel is here, so we get his flash.
I honestly thought he would have like taken the chickens, but yeah,
Ah,
he
yeah,
didn't.
no. So here as well, we're in this position again. Same as what we said last time. Same with Talon, where we said, once you're doing an objective, you want to think, what am I going to do after that? So here, clear this wave, and then go clear this camp, clear this camp, clear these waves. So
Yeah.
always think about what you want to do. Mid lane is kind of the window to the other lanes. So going down to chickens here, not so great. Doesn't really do as much for you, and they
Zed
also
goes
go.
for it as
Yeah.
well. Yep.
So just go and clear those top camps, especially considering there's waves already sat here waiting that we can just clear away. Because otherwise we're just sharing gold, which, this was very unfortunate actually. So we did use our ult, but it was a little bit late. Our exhaust was a little bit late here as well. But if we would have just E'd a little earlier, we would have actually got that kill, I think.
Yeah.
But now
Just
we've got a...
keeping track of the stats on
Yeah.
the on Ezreal.
Yeah, so here as well, like we have Ezreal is building Frozen Heart. Really bad here, by the way, because he doesn't have his Mythic yet. So we should be going for a Prowler's Claw here.
Oh, and Essence River Manimune. That doesn't seem really good.
No, that's good. That's good.
Really?
Yeah, that's the good first two items.
Okay.
Because here, like, he has to try and stay away from so many people, like this Zed. So he can't really go Trinity Force. So instead, you go Essence Reaver because Sheen is way too good on Ez. Mana Moon is the best item for him, and then you go into a Prowler's Claw here, and it would be very good. But he's
I don't think he'll build Prowler's Claw.
probably
Yeah.
not. People don't know how to go into practice tool and find out damage, which
Yeah.
is crazy. But yeah, so now we have Runins. We can do a ton of damage whenever we ult.
Really fast as well.
Yeah, and whenever we ult, we're going to do it on everybody. They're all squishy, so they're all going to potentially die. 2 Runins, which just gives it so much value here. Plus, on Twitch, like, he is primarily an attack speed carry. Even though he does crit, like, his main damage source is through attack speed. So here, again, this fight is over. There's no point going to it.
Yeah, I agree with this.
Yeah, a
I
little bit.
should
So just push
I
the
should
wave
have
in.
went like this, but I go top. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
So
you check before, I had the perfect angle, but I come from
oh,
like
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. Oh, so this was it. Yeah, so this was
yeah,
grief. So we should have just come behind here like this, and we do so much damage there. Again, we
definitely
have
yeah.
flash too, we have ult, we have everything we need, and we're fed. We're so strong, we're 6, 3, and 5. So another reason why we can skip low doms at this point and go it next is we're 6, 3, and 5 with 200 CS, which means we're very strong right now. Again, here, ult.
I do ult, yeah.
No, I mean as in earlier to kill Azeri.
Oh, okay.
Azeri would have
Yeah,
100% died.
yep.
Because now Lily is behind, but we kill Ashe.
No,
Oh
we
no, we
don't.
don't. Sorry, we don't. We grief it.
I think I do, yeah. It's the
Oh, the
poison.
poison. Yeah, I remember now. So again, there, eat early, and we could maybe get the kill. I don't think he would have died there, but so again, this is fine.
I make a mistake here,
Yeah,
yeah.
we walked way too fast, so we didn't use our range whatsoever. And again, Baron, kite up towards the next wave, then get the wave. You can go earlier; it doesn't really matter. And the thing is,
Okay.
so if everybody is going to reset at the same time because you're like 5-man on Baron, then you should reset and use the Baron pressure. But here, like, you still got members on the map. The Zed and Lilia were still on the map, so you may as well just abuse the fact that they're not recalling and use it to go and get some extra gold. So now we've got our low dom sport again because we knew how much gold we needed before we reset. We went out, we got that amount of gold, and then we came back. So you're controlling the tempo of the game by determining when you reset rather than somebody else determining when you reset by doing things like dying or taking bad trades, stuff like that. Again, Lee Sin tries to go on you, which is crazy. But yeah, unfortunately we didn't manage to kill her, which is okay. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. We chunked her out, made a reset. So again, here we just get the chicken camp. Chicken camp is okay here because the other ones on top side haven't respawned yet. So we get these, and then what we do here, what do you think we should have done here?
One top line.
Yep, this camp, this camp, this farm.
Yeah, all right, okay.
So maximizing your farm whenever possible. Nothing's going to happen here. No fight's really going to happen here that's going to actually do much for you. And, you know, we can just keep farming for IE. It's 30 minutes, but, you know, IE is our last item. May as well get it. We need 1,300 gold. So, see, we're just wasting time. We're just standing around doing nothing, really. So, again, we walk way too close. So, yeah.
I think I tried to open up there.
Yeah.
There was a mistake there as well.
So, we just, again, range. Otherwise, this was fine. Because we died to Zeri's ultimate. Which shouldn't really happen, because if we look here, like, look how close we are to her. We can hit her from, like, here. We can hit her from, like, that area easily. So then we dodge her ult, we can kill her with R, and then E, and she just dies.
Okay.
So again, make sure that you abuse Twitch's range. And this is why, like I said, you don't really need a defensive item on Twitch, because your range is so long that you're completely fine without a defensive item as long as you position. It's one of the reasons why the champion's kind of good in a lot of situations. I mean, overall, I wouldn't say the champion's amazing, but he's more than good enough. And in solo queue, like, when it comes
Perfect
to,
with the invis and stuff.
because invisibility in solo queue is always valuable because people don't expect it.
Yeah.
So again, we cleared this mid, we cleared chicken camp, and then we walked to this fight. Lee Sin just kind of griefs. Really bad kick. Yeah. Luxol, I mean Zeri W, easy to get confused by those, what can I say?
Yeah. Jeez, 1K, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's very strong. So here, it's like, we have nothing else to overforce for. We have no reliable waves. There's no point in overforcing. Like, just ignore your team. These pings, pointless. They don't mean shit. Like, it literally doesn't matter what your team want you to do. It matters that you do what you need to win the game. So you get this red buff, because that'll refresh your red. It denies it from them as well, and you can take it almost instantly. Get a reset off. Go and deal with the Trundle. So here, W down straight away, and then again, yeah, just kind of
back.
Yeah. So he did ult you here, which, you know, does a lot, but you still got a lot of those minions, and you still managed to basically keep the Nexus towers alive at least. Again, you can't afford IE yet. So again, so there's no point going bot right now because they're dealing with mid inhib and bot inhib, which means these supers are like 300 AD and like 3000 HP or more at this point of the game because it's 35 minutes. So because they're so strong, it means that they can't solo them. Like, some champions can solo them, obviously, but it's going to take a while even for the best champions. Even things like Jinx, stuff like that. It's going to take a little bit of time to clear those supers off. Even here, right? Like, if we watch, you've got 310 AD. It still takes a little bit of time to kill it, right? Compared to other things. And we're nearly full build. And now that we've cleared that super minion, now we can go and get the Baron, reset for IE. Oh, sorry, we shouldn't have reset for IE just yet. We should have got the Baron and then gone and looked for the Gromp or just this wave, just because then we could have got IE and a potion, and we're not going to be in any danger because we see them all on the map, right? So we end up kind of wasting some of our Baron time, but potion is obviously so good because it's going to allow you to stay alive. And then again, the only inhib we need is top. Well, the only tower we need is top, so we just push top out with Baron with all of our damage. We get that inhib. If the other ones respawn, like the bottom one, we just go and take that later. It's fine. Just prioritize the lanes that you don't have inhibs in. And again, if this fight goes bad, it doesn't matter because where are they pushing? They're not going to get anything in your base because they don't have any minions.
Yeah.
So we end up setting the game up. I mean, we get this, but it doesn't really matter.
It's kind of lucky, yeah.
We should have just stayed pushing the wave instead because we lose the ability to Baron buff the minions. But, doesn't really matter that much. We're very strong. And now we just end the game. See how easy it is? Very low variance gameplay. We're not taking any big risks. We're not flipping the game. We're just playing our champion to its strengths, and we're just playing for late. Like, it's all you really need to do on this champion. Because you can get to late. This is why champions like this are so good in like lower elos as well. Because nobody's going to end the game out before you get to these items. Like 8 out of 10 times, you're going to get full build if you play like this. So
yeah, definitely.
yeah. So I'll end the recording there.